Have you ever wondered if it is really possible to start an online business from zero and hit $10,000 in just 60 days? I used to think this was just a catchy headline until I decided to try it for myself. No investors, no rich family backing me, and no secret contacts. Just a simple idea, some hustle, and a laptop. Over the next few minutes, I will break down exactly how I went from absolutely nothing to a 5-figure online income in just 2 months. This is not a story filled with fluff or motivational quotes. It is the real deal with all the hard lessons, mistakes, and breakthroughs I experienced along the way. So if you have been sitting on the sidelines wondering if you should start, or if you have already tried but never made real money online, stay with me. You might find the missing piece you have been searching for. Let us start from day one. Finding the right business model, I quickly realized that most people fail before they even start because they pick the wrong business model. This is exactly why I did not jump into dropshipping or Amazon FBA like everyone else. Those models can work, but they also require significant upfront costs, inventory risks, and sometimes even legal hurdles. My rule was simple. I needed a model where I could start with $0 and scale based purely on my effort. After researching for a week straight, I landed on digital products and services. This included things like online courses, ebooks, templates, and freelancing services. These models require little to no startup capital, and they rely more on skills than on money. I started freelancing by offering content writing services on platforms like Fiverr and Upwork. I did not pay for any ads or fancy tools. Instead, I built my profile, optimized my gig description, and reached out to potential clients manually. My first few gigs only paid around $50 each, but the important thing was that I was in business. It is funny how so many people waste months looking for the perfect business idea when in reality, they could already be making money if they just started with the right low barrier model. If you are listening right now and still searching for the perfect plan, maybe the real problem is that you are afraid to start. Trust me, taking action beats overthinking every time. Mastering the art of sales and client acquisition, you can have the best service or product in the world, but if you cannot sell it, you will never make a dime. This hit me hard in the first 2 weeks. I thought clients would come flooding in once I set up my profile. They did not. I learned very fast that I had to be my own salesperson. I spent hours learning how to write proposals that actually got responses. Instead of sending generic copy-paste messages like most freelancers, I crafted each message carefully. I researched the client, mentioned specific details about their project, and showed them exactly how I could solve their problem. This personal touch made a huge difference. Within a few weeks, I started closing deals worth hundreds of dollars instead of 50. Selling online is really about 2 things: understanding people and knowing how to communicate value. It does not matter if you are selling a course, a service, or a digital product. If you can convince someone that what you have will solve their problem or make their life better, they will pay you. Here is a question for you. When was the last time you really focused on improving your sales skills? If you are serious about making money online, this might be the single most important skill you can learn. Building a simple brand and audience by the end of the first month, I realized something else. Chasing clients one by one would not get me to $10,000 fast enough. I needed people to come to me. That is when I decided to build a simple brand online. I set up a basic website and created social media pages sharing tips related to my niche. I was still offering writing services, so I started posting short, helpful content about content marketing and copywriting. At first, nobody cared. My posts got almost no likes or followers. But I kept posting consistently, sharing value every single day. By the end of the second month, I had a small but engaged audience. Some of those followers started reaching out, asking about my services. The crazy part, my first $1,000 client came from a simple Instagram post where I shared a quick tip about writing effective headlines. You do not need a fancy website or a huge following, but you do need some kind of digital footprint if you want to attract clients and build authority. People buy from those they trust, and trust is built over time through consistent value and authenticity. So ask yourself this: are you visible where your potential clients hang out? Or are you hiding behind a screen, waiting for them to magically find you? Reinvesting earnings and scaling up. Once I had a steady flow of clients and a small audience, the next step was scaling up. This is where most people mess up. They start making a little money and blow it all on personal expenses or unnecessary tools. I made it a rule to reinvest at least 50% of everything I earned back into the business. I hired a virtual assistant to help me with client research and outreach. I bought a premium tool for designing better proposals. I also started running low-budget ads on social media targeting people who followed similar pages in my niche. These small investments helped me reach more people and close bigger deals. By the start of the second month, I was consistently landing $1,000 projects. Scaling is not just about working harder, it is about working smarter. You reach a point where your time becomes your most valuable asset. Hiring help, automating tasks, and using paid tools strategically can make a massive difference. Let me hit you with something that might surprise you. You are never too small to reinvest in your business. Even if you made your first $100, think of how you can use a portion of that to grow. This is what separates hobbyists from real entrepreneurs. Staying consistent and pushing through setbacks. Finally, and probably the most important point, consistency. This challenge was not smooth sailing. I had days when I felt like quitting. Clients ghosted me, projects fell through, and sometimes I worked for hours with no results. But I kept going. Every single day I showed up, did the work, and pushed forward. What most people do not realize is that success in online business is not about having a perfect plan. It is about showing up even when things are hard. The breakthrough always comes after a series of failures. My $10,000 milestone did not come because I got lucky. It came because I outlasted the quitting point where most others give up. There is a saying I kept reminding myself of. The people who succeed are usually the ones who simply refuse to quit. If you can lock in that level of consistency, your success becomes inevitable. So here is my challenge to you. Are you willing to commit 60 days to your own online business journey? Are you ready to push past the doubts, the setbacks, and the slow days to see what you are really capable of? Because if I can do it with $0, a laptop, and a lot of persistence, I genuinely believe you can too. The journey from $0 to $10,000 in 60 days taught me more about business, life, and myself than any course or book ever could. It was not always easy, but it was always worth it. I learned how to pick the right model, how to sell, how to build an audience, how to scale, and most importantly, how to stay consistent when things got tough. If you are serious about building your own online business, start by picking one model that fits your skills and budget. Master the art of selling and client communication. Build a simple but trustworthy online presence. Reinvest what you earn to grow smarter and faster. And never, ever quit when things get hard. You might be closer to success than you think. And if you want to know the biggest mistakes I made along the way, the ones that almost cost me this challenge, make sure to check out my next video, where I break down how this teen built a dropshipping empire. Because sometimes knowing what not to do is even more valuable than knowing what to do.